The UK Border Agency is at war with smugglers in the ports and airports.
You don't have to say anything.
Get that out of my face. Just leave it.
Coming up, suspicions are aroused by one passenger carrying 7 candles.
You know, it's quite a large amount of candles to have.
Where are you coming from?
One man forgets his manners whilst having his bag searched.
Okay, having a good meal on the plane. Sounded like you just had a 3-course roast dinner.
And officers get their hands dirty at Gatwick.
This one stinks. Ew. No!
It's rush hour in Gatwick, and Class A drug dog Lucy is back in training. Her amazingly sensitive nose is about to be put through a training exercise. A flight has just arrived from Ghana, and officers have asked a passenger to hide a tiny sample of cocaine in their bag.
Thank you.
It's Lucy's job to find it amongst the crowd.
It's all right, don't be scared.
It's vital the sniffer dogs get experience of real-life situations.
Stand still for me, please. Good girl.
Lucy's nose can detect drugs at just a few particles per trillion and easily picks out the fake smuggler. But it's the passengers behind him who grab the officer's attention as 2 Eastern European men pass through with no hand luggage.
Blue Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, the other guys.
With the white top, a bit taller.
Yeah.
They're obviously together though, aren't they? So it'd be interesting if they don't come through together.
They're probably right, but just they sort of stood out when I saw them coming off the flight, actually.
Gatwick's had a recent surge in Eastern Europeans smuggling cocaine from Ghana, so their suspicions are highly aroused.
We'll wait and see what happens here.
Over in the freight terminal, there's another job for the border officers, and there's no rest for sniffer dog Lucy.
We've got a bit of BA mail to do. She's going to sniff some boxes and some sacks and see if she likes any of it or not. If so, we'll ask Royal Mail to open the box. So let's go and give it a go.
Sniffer dogs are a vital tool in tracing drugs smuggled via post. But with millions of parcels coming through Gatwick every year, it's a time-consuming process.
Sit. Sit. Good girl. Where? Where?
Almost immediately, Lucy picks out a box and gives a trademark indication.
Would you mind having a look at this box for me? She's showing a lot of interest and she sat down, which is a good indication.
OK, I'll get Royal Mail to open it.
OK, thank you. The officer has gone to Royal Mail to get them to open it because we're not allowed to open it ourselves. So I'm just waiting for them to come back now to see if there's anything in the box, and they can then examine whatever the contents of the box will be.
Royal Mail have opened the box, and officers can now inspect the contents.
Just having a look at the contents of the book. Seems to be all wooden items. Plaques are quite common. I'll X-ray them, see if it shows anything.
The X-ray should show any hidden concealments.
Yes, you can see on this, the bigger one here was the first plaque that went in. There's a line round the edge, just here and here. Nothing in this one or this one.
With the X-ray showing a hidden concealment, there's only one way to find out what it is.
Yeah, you can see there's white powder here on the drill bit. We'll do the test now. Hopefully it should go blue and demonstrate the presence of cocaine. Yeah, it's just starting to go blue as it dries here, which confirms there's cocaine in the package.
It's an excellent find by Lucy.
I'm going to bring Lucy back in. to reward her on her find. So they'll put it back into the box, put it back amongst the other boxes, and hope she'll find it again and she'll get her ball this time. We can't really give her ball the first time because we don't know if there's anything there or not.
With the cocaine confirmed, Lucy gets her well-earned reward.
She takes a while to actually indicate. She sniffs it thoroughly first. So. There we go. Good girl. Clever girl. Girl. Yay. Good result. Yeah.
Across in the Gatwick custody suite, the officer's suspicion about the two Eastern Europeans was spot on.
Is that the Ritz? Hello, yeah, it's Kevin here. I'm in custody suite. We've got two smugglers.
Kevin and Mark questioned the suspected smugglers. The men were then x-rayed. Inside their bodies are dozens of packages full of cocaine.
You just take your clothes off, put this on.
Back down here for me.
The men will remain in custody until the packages have passed through their systems and the officers can collect and analyse the evidence. Meanwhile, a Lithuanian translator has been brought in to explain the situation.
Right, because he's got packages inside him, we will put him in a cell in a moment and we're going to turn CCTV cameras on and he will be monitored at all times for his own health and safety.
Yeah, until I pass them.
Yeah. Okay, does he want anything to eat or drink at the moment?
No. Yes.
Officers must closely monitor the men and observe when they go to the toilet in case they attempt to swallow the packages again after they've passed through their systems.
Is the other guy in the cell?
Yeah.
Because this guy says he needs the loan.
Right.
So I'm wondering, is there any... Do you have any problem with me taking them?
Not at the moment, the temperature's having a cup of tea. So
Okay, so we just take it to the special.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. There's a special toilet, basically, where it collects any packages when people go to the toilet, basically. So it's a way of collecting the evidence to ensure it doesn't go down, it doesn't flush down the loo. Not our favourite job, actually. Yeah. Fortunately, Mark's got the job, not me.
The guy asked to go to the loo. He's been to the loo. We've got a special one that we use for people who swallow drugs. And obviously, if they pass any, we need to collect them up. And yes, he did. So I need to go and sort that out now.
For Officer Mark, this is the first time he's dealt with drug swallowers. Collecting the evidence is not a pleasant experience.
Yeah, yes, so you may... Yeah, good. Yeah, okay.
As the toilet is flushed, the Lithuanian swallower's cocaine is washed into a special basin. If just one of these packages had burst inside him, the man would have been killed within seconds.
Yeah, thank you.
An unlucky Mark's job is to rinse and clean the packages so they can be sent off for testing and used as evidence. In all, the men had swallowed 50 packages each with more than 1 kilo of cocaine. They've since pleaded guilty and will now have to swallow a long prison sentence. The busy shift continues at Gatwick's North Terminal. Border Force agents have been alerted to a suspicious stash of candles which one passenger has brought back from Jamaica.
We're going to make a little hole in them.
An X-ray has revealed a suspicious line in the candles, so Officer Jez suspects there may be something hidden inside.
Look, Stuart.
And straight away, the smell confirms his suspicion. It's the third drug haul of the day at Gatwick. This time, herbal cannabis.
Well, you get it in all sorts of places. Do the rest later.
The passenger proclaims her innocence, but is arrested for importing a controlled substance.
We've got a total of 7 candles. The first one is showing that we've got a small amount of cannabis in it. And we're just going to make sure that the others have also got cannabis in it. And Second one would indicate also that it has got cannabis in it as well. So the top part, it's slightly darker than it is on the lower part, which obviously now we know it's got obviously about 200 grams of cannabis inside. The lady actually, when she was stopped, did mention that she'd bought some candles while she was away, and which is fair comment because people do actually buy different presents to bring back for people when they go abroad on holiday. And she actually did say she'd got some candles. I think the officer became suspicious when she realised that she'd got 7, which is, you know, it's quite a large amount of candles to have. So that now leaves us with 4 candles to examine. And I suspect the other 4 candles will probably contain herbal cannabis as well.
With 2 Class A seizures already this morning at Gatwick, Jazz was hoping to find something more incriminating than cannabis.
A little bit disappointing in reality for us professionally, but nevertheless, a good concealment.
With over 1.5 kilos of cannabis found inside the candles, the passenger is now awaiting sentencing.
Where are you coming from?
Coming up, one man forgets his manners in front of officers.
Okay, had a good meal on the plane. Sounded like you just had a 3-course roast dinner.
At Manchester Airport, an international flight has just arrived with over 200 passengers on board. UK border officers are scanning and x-raying bags for any unusual signs.
This one's coming in from Montego Bay in Jamaica, so it's of interest to us from a drugs angle. You get cocaine and cannabis both produced and imported from the Caribbean. So basically any flights from the Caribbean are of interest for drugs.
As passengers disembark, Officer Liz is on the lookout for any suspected smugglers.
Hello, sir. You travelling on your own today?
Yes.
Can you just bring your bag this way for me, please? Where have you come in from?
Jamaica.
Yeah, can you just bring your bag this way, please? Do you have a passport and ticket? Are you aware it's illegal to import certain things into the UK, such as controlled drugs, indecent material, offensive weapons?
Yes.
Do you have anything like that with you?
No.
Do you have anything to smoke or drink?
No.
Right, OK, what's in your duty-free boxes there?
Rum.
OK, so that's the drink. So how much rum have you got?
I think it's 6 bottles.
6 bottles of rum. OK. Do you have a key for this, please?
He's way over his allowance for spirits, and Liz is suspicious about the man's denial. She decides to x-ray some of the goods in his baggage for any hidden drugs.
The gentleman's just got some fruit and some bottles. What I'm doing, I'm just x-raying it just to make sure that there's nothing concealed within the fruit or the bottles. Sometimes I've had little packages that are stuck behind the labels in the bottles. So I'm just checking there's nothing concealed there. They all look fine, so. He's got quite a lot of bottles of rum cream. I'm actually going to test one of the bottles just to make sure there's no cocaine in solution. What's just happened here is I've just been swabbing various things as I've been going through the baggage. I've just tested the swab and it's actually come up with a small trace of heroin. Okay, now that's quite unexpected really because the sort of drugs you'd be expecting to find from Jamaica would be cocaine and cannabis. So it's only a small trace and I'm just going to see if I can replicate the hit to see where it's come from and then I might ask him about it.
Having found the trace, Liz is now on the lookout for any behavioural indicators the man may be smuggling.
Okay, had a good meal on the plane?
Yeah, the meal was terrible.
The meal was terrible? What was it?
What did I have? Some powdered eggs.
Some powdered eggs? Is that it? All right.
But it's not just the man's manners causing Liz concern.
Sounded like you just had a 3-course roast dinner. Yeah. One of the indications that someone might have an internal concealment of drugs is actually burping. And I don't know whether you caught that, but he just gave a very loud burp and he's not eating very much, so, you know, my suspicions are raised a little bit. He's also not got a lot of money. He's got £5 to get a taxi to somewhere, which he might get there for £5, but I'll just carry on, see what we get.
At Gatwick Airport, UK border officers are targeting a flight from the Canary Islands. They're on the lookout for passengers bringing in more than their allowance of cigarettes and alcohol. The officers shuffle their ID cards and pick at random to see who gets which job.
1. Yes!
Hazel wins, but her husband Paul draws the short straw.
I can't believe I'm last again.
Having successfully chosen her ID card first, Officer Hazel will have the first choice of any jobs.
This one stinks. The slightly less glamorous part of our job. I think it's his shoes.
The bags have arrived from outside the EU, and passengers are strictly limited to 200 cigarettes. Hazel must find the cigarettes, even if this means confronting her pet hate of touching other people's pants.
There's 800 in here as well. Ooh.
She might not like it, but the owner of this bag has 800 cigarettes.
Hazel, just put some gloves on and look professional.
Oh.
That's someone's bag.
Oh, what's wrong with them? Oh, it was just people's knickers. Just the most revolting part of our job.
When passengers exceed their allowances, the goods need to be seized.
Which one are you going to do, Hazel?
I don't mind.
You choose, you're number one.
I'll do the suitcase.
Right, okay, let's go.
With their jobs allocated, the officers head upstairs and wait for the passengers to claim their bags from the luggage carousel.
Is it the two of you travelling together?
Yeah.
Yeah, excuse me, sir. Just bring your bags over to one of the benches for me, please.
Hello. Are the two of you travelling together?
Yes.
Where have you just arrived from?
Lanzarote.
Okay, if I can just have a moment of your time. Right, so what have you got in here then?
That's what I got off the plane.
Okay, so you've got 400 there, yeah?
Yeah.
And you've got 400 other cigarettes?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's basically twice your allowance.
Right,
okay,
see,
so if you've got 800 cigarettes, you're allowed 400, so you've got
Yeah, I
twice the
said to the
allowance.
rep when we was there, I could take 400 out. And I said, what about on the plane? He went, yeah, if there's something on the plane, you can buy them on the plane.
Yeah,
So
but,
he's directed me wrong.
okay, so you've got 800 in total
Yeah.
then. Is there any other things you want to tell me about before we carry on?
You want to tell the man? You got any cigarettes or booze anywhere?
I can't remember what I've got in this one.
You got to tell the man.
Whilst Paul's passengers appear to understand they've exceeded their allowances, Hazel's passengers are slightly less happy.
OK, because you're over your allowance for both alcohol and cigarettes, and because you knew your allowance, OK, I have to seize everything from you, OK? That's everything that you've got here. So that's 1,600 cigarettes and 5.5 litres of spirits, OK? I'll just get you some documentation. Just hold on for a second.
You're well in excess of your allowances on both alcohol and cigarettes. So these items are going to be seized from you today. Okay, I'll issue you with some paperwork, but these are going to be taken and destroyed. Okay.
They admitted to knowing that they were over their duty-free allowance for alcohol and for cigarettes. They looked a little bit peeved, but they knew they'd done wrong. He didn't say anything as such, but I think he was hoping he'd get away with it.
Okay, thanks very much for your time.
Fair enough. I mean, admittedly, I went down the wrong channel and he sort of jumped on us, so we paid the price. It's an expensive lesson.
For the officers, it's been a job worth getting their hands dirty for.
It was a little unclean, but we didn't make too much of an issue of it.
I had first pick of the detections because I'd won the draw, so I decided that I'd take the cleaner option and give the bag with the dirty lingerie to Paul. I think he got a slightly bigger seizure out of it, but it was worth it not to have to rummage through that again.
In Manchester, Liz has found nothing in the suspect's bags. The last thing to check is the passenger's rum.
Can you pass me your duty-free boxes up, please? Cheers. OK, this isn't rum, is it? This isn't rum, is it? What is it?
Yeah.
OK, just wait there for 1 second.
Liz's intuition and patience has finally paid off as she finds a large package stuffed inside the duty-free rum cases.
Okay. Obviously what I was expecting to find in the duty-free boxes was rum. Okay. This clearly isn't rum. So obviously I suspect it to be drugs. What I'm going to do now, cut into there. Okay, and what we've got here is herbal cannabis by the look of it. I'm actually going to arrest the gentleman. I'm going to ask my colleague to test it, and I'm going to just take him into a private room and arrest him. Just want to take a seat there, please. Okay, I suspect this to be cannabis. Okay, so the time is 08:33. I'm arresting you on suspicion of being knowingly concerned in the illegal importation of a controlled drug.
As the man begins to realise the consequences of his actions, Liz gets the results back from the tests on the substance.
All that red colour there, that's confirmation that it's cannabis. Obviously the indicators there that he's nervous and all the rest of it are still there. We now know why he's nervous, because he's got this, but I can't discount the possibility that he may be carrying drugs internally as well.
But the man is less than happy at the suggestion that he may have swallowed drugs.
I need to be sure that you don't have drugs on you, inside you. Are you okay with that?
No, because I have nothing in my stomach.
No, because you've got nothing in your stomach, right. If you refuse to have the compass, you will be monitored, and we'll have to wait for nature to take its course, and you'll have to have 2 clear motions.
With the man's reluctance to have an X-ray, Liz is adamant they'll find out whether he swallowed drugs one way or the other.
Okay, we're going to take you upstairs now to our custody suite. Okay, so if you'd like to follow us, you can push your trolley. Okay, you all right?
Yeah, if you push that one.
The man's frustration is understandable. Liz has intercepted a huge amount of cannabis.
It was actually quite a shock when I saw the tape packages. I wasn't expecting it. I just thought he'd actually got too much rum.
The packages contain more than 8 kilos of cannabis, with a street value of more than £25,000. After an X-ray, it was revealed that the cannabis smuggler had not swallowed any packages. He's currently awaiting trial.